You ever been in the mood to play some old Nintendo Gamecube games, but you don't have a Gamecube, so you go on Facebook Marketplace and you buy one only to realize that games cost a ton of money, and you realize that you need an alternative, so you find out about this thing called Picoboot, and you're like, cool, if I install it, I get all the games for free, but you don't know how to install it, and you've never soldered before? If so, this video's for you. I'm going to take you step by step on how to do it, and by do it, I mean install the Picoboot onto your motherboard of your GameCube. And I've never done it before, so we're going to learn together. Vim's Lair.
I'm typing one-handed. NKit. Download. Did you hear it? Extract. Move Animal Crossing to our SD card. You need something called Swiss. Click here. Scroll. Select. Scroll. Select. Save. Nice. Open. Do you extract it? Open. Go here. Find this file. You need to rename it. Some people rename it IPL so that it automatically launches when you turn on your GameCube. But for me, the intro is an absolute non-negotiable, so I'm putting down B, and that's the button I'm gonna have to hold in order to bring up Swiss. Otherwise, it'll boot as normal. Now drag it to your SD card. SD card now shows this. Step 1, supplies. That get in there? XRP to the moon, baby! Have I ever soldered before? Nope. Am I doing it on carpet? Yep. So I put out these pans and I got a hinge at Home Depot, and I'm gonna practice soldering on this hinge before I go to the big show. Got my Raspberry Pi Pico board. It is a lot smaller than I thought it was. So soldering these little suckers could be fun. Good thing I got this very thin rosin core solder. What's rosin core? Apparently it has a little bit of flux inside of it. What's flux? I don't really know, but apparently it helps the adhesion. Okay, so my Picoboot has a micro USB plug-in, so I plugged it into the computer. And I was gonna show you dropping this picoboot.uf2 file that I got from the same, from GitHub. But it happened so fast, and it automatically ejected after I dropped it on there, which made it super easy, that I wasn't able to record it. So here we go. It's time to take this apart. It's got everything that you could ever need. Got it off Amazon. It has all of these. I, by trial and error, found that it is this one, which is a safety screw bit, I guess. I'm gonna add it into this here screwdriver, and we're gonna get to work. All right. I've got this thing upside down. Okay. Got the top off. Still flipped over. Just carefully pull that back. And this is just two little plastic clips on the sides here. Pull this out very gently. Okay. Alright, so you can see the screws we gotta pull out here, 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 on the sides, and the back. Okay, here we go. Alright, we got 6 more screws around the heatsink. Alright, now we're going to carefully try to remove this heatsink. There it goes. Okay, not terrible, but we're gonna have to remove this. This is probably okay, but I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it, all of it, because I have all of it. Okay, it's time to solder. Hey Google, what temperature should I put my soldering iron at?
According to TechSpray, 600 degrees to 650 degrees Fahrenheit is a...
Cool. So we got our flux. I've got a hinge that I bought for 50 cents. This extra tip that I will use to apply the flux if need be. And our soldering iron, which I have just plugged in, is currently at 320 degrees Celsius is what it's set at. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Hey Google, 343 degrees Celsius, so we're almost there. We'll just go to 330 because I don't want to make it too hot. I don't know if that's a thing, but we're just gonna be careful. Okay, I'm not 100% sure whether this is preheated or not, but I think it probably is at this point. I know that I need to heat this up. By the way, have I ever soldered before? Nope, but I figure this is fairly high stakes, but not so high stakes that I shouldn't just go for it. So go big or go home. I know I need to heat this up before I add the solder. I think this metal is pretty tough, so maybe that makes it more difficult. Maybe that's the way to do it. We'll learn on the fly, folks. The rosin's really tough, so I think I have to like heat it up, but I don't know if I'm supposed to get it on the tip of my... I don't know. I just don't know how this works, really. Okay. That's where it needs to be. Now let's see if I can solder this. I feel like I'm not doing this right. Okay, I feel like I'm really bad at this. I don't know if it's just not hot enough, or maybe I just am pretty terrible. Could be. It's tough to say, really. But it feels like this stuff's a little forgiving. I just have to make sure I don't get it on the other pieces, which is what I'm worried about. Okay. I'm gonna give it a shot, because I feel like this hinge is too tough. So I'll go for the easier thing, the more important thing. Okay, so on this here Pico, so all these numbers and everything on the other side. So the colors are supposed to be black, red, orange, but we don't have orange, and so we're gonna say it's the yellow. Blue, which we don't have blue, so we're gonna say it's the green. And pink, which we don't have pink, so we're gonna use purple. And the yellow is supposed to cover GP 6 and 7. And so because it's supposed to cover GP 6 and 7, and I figure then it makes sense for me to use that one first because I'm still getting used to this soldering thing. So maybe because I'm covering 2, it'll be easier for me to not make a mistake, because I'm supposed to make it globbier for this one. So we're just gonna try. Here goes nothing. Just gonna heat it up a little bit. And then we're gonna apply. You know what? I think I just did that. Let's look. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm very proud of myself. Cool, there's one. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and do red, because I know where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go in the 3v3, which is right here. So I'm just gonna, I've already kind of bent the, wires a little bit, so I'm trying to get it through and then just bend it over the little edge here, so it's easy to make it just where I need to. My hand is very close to the soldering iron. I need to be careful. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that one was quite as beautiful as the other side, but it looks functional. Okay, so far so good. Black is going on GND, which is right here. Okay, your boy's low-key a soldering master. That door hinge wasn't easy. I think it was the wrong thing to practice on because I think it needed to be really hot and it's a lot sturdier metal. But this is fun, so if you've ever thought about soldering but were a little nervous, just send it. Go big or go home. Okay, blue, or in this case, green, because I got some kind of off-brand kit, goes through GP4, which is right here. Slide it through, hook it around. You know how long I procrastinated doing any of this because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to solder or that I would screw it up. And it's not perfect, but it's gonna work. And I shouldn't have been so concerned. It was probably appropriate concern, but it's a lot easier than I anticipated it was gonna be. And then lastly, pink, or in this case, purple, we're gonna put into GP5. Boom, look at that. We are all soldered. All wires are here. Beautiful. Okay, now we can actually put it onto the main motherboard. Okay, we got some heat shrink tubing on there. We're ready to attach it here. And there are some very tiny but specific points on this thing where we are trying to attach. And I'm gonna try to give you as great a look as I can give you. Black needs to attach to both of these here. So we're gonna warm them up. I might tin them a little bit, which is just putting a tiny bit of solder already down before you attach the wire. But this is the only one that is gonna cover 2 of these little segments. The only wire. All right, that's not beautiful, but it's functional. All right, GP6 and 7 go specifically right here on this second. Actually need to cut it a little bit. It's a little too stripped. Cutting just the tip off here. Okay, retwist this. Okay. Okay. That one's down. From the left on the top round. I'm trying to add a tiny bit here. This is the trickiest part so far, to be honest with you. We've got pink / purple, which is gonna go right here on the second one. Tin it a little bit. Last one is right here. Up a little. And that will be red. We're good. Officially soldered for the first time in my life. Supposed to be heat shrink. Good enough. It's not shrinking as much as I would have thought. Okay. I think we've officially done the hard part. Now let's put it all back together. Reassembly! That back in. Cool. Okay. Easy enough. And then finally our lid. So gotta figure out where to put this Pico. And I wish these were shorter wires. But we'll make do. I'm thinking it should sit just kind of like this. Let's see if we can make that happen. All right, we have a GameCube. Let's see if it works. All right, got this doodad to put my SD card, which has the Swiss player on here with all the games and everything. It's very simple. This side faces inside. Cool. Let's just slide it here. All right, moment of truth. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose the original intro because I just think it's iconic. So we're gonna see and make sure that works first. GameCube's turning on, that's good. And here we go. All right, good. Wanted to make sure that that booted the first time around. So now we'll try to reset and we'll do it where it boots with Swiss, which I made that if I pushed B when I turned it on, that it would load up Swiss. So let's see if that works. All right, I held B, and we got Swiss up. I don't know what this is. Yeah, discard. Okay, and here we go. Games. Let's look. Does it work? There we go. And there's the games that I downloaded. Very excited. I feel like the first game I should play is Double Dash. That feels appropriate. So here we go. Woohoo! Alright folks, that's how you do it. It's not too difficult, save you a bunch of money on games, and you don't even have to be an expert solderer. Thanks for watching.